Hi, this is Linda with Teach for the Heart, and what I want to do today is give you a peek inside the 40-hour teacher work week so that you can see what it's actually like to be a member of the club and get a better idea of exactly how it can help you. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll see if you're on the sales page here and you go to member login. Once you sign up, if you go to member login, it's going to open up this dashboard. And of course, you'll have to sign in first, but you'll be right here and you'll have all kinds of access to these great resources. Now, mine says the October 2015 cohort because that's when I joined. But when you join, it'll say whatever group that you're currently part of. When you first join, there's a couple things you'll want to check out right away. One is the Getting Started page. And so right away, you'll have this quick 5-minute tour from Angela that will show you all around the club, make sure you know how to log in, show you where to find your resources, and even she has a help desk and help with the community. So just kind of giving you a tour so you can get quickly acclimated and know where you are. You can even add the club to your mobile device as a separate home screen so you can easily access it. And she gives some details about how to listen to the club's audio, which I'll tell you more about later. She also, right away, if you are on Facebook, as soon as you join, the program, you can apply to join the Facebook communities. And I wanted to show you the Facebook communities, but it is a private group, so I don't want to show that on the internet. So, but the Facebook groups are wonderful. That's a place where you can go and share encouragement, ask specific advice, and it's a really great place to kind of get more specific advice for your situation. So you might take a principle Angela said and say, how are you applying this in your classroom? And so it's a great place, like I said, to ask questions, get more ideas in just a more informal setting. So you'll definitely want to check out Get Started. Then right away when you join, you get some awesome bonuses. So as soon as you join, you have access to these. The first is the Big 5 Tips for Teacher Productivity. These are the 5 key principles that guide everything in the 40-hour teacher work week. And so you'll get that right away and you can read through that and already you're going to notice a difference as you start applying those principles. The second bonus that you can use right away is the 40-hour teacher workweek list making system. And this system is awesome. It's a great way for teachers to prioritize what needs to get done, what's for later, and it's a wonderful system that won't add to your workload. It'll really help streamline it, and you get that right away when you join. And then here, Angela's been doing a free training. So if you missed that, though, if you didn't catch that, she has a special version just for club members that's available right away that will help you trim an hour or more off your work week immediately. So these are all things you get as bonuses before the club actually even starts. So right away, you're going to see a difference immediately upon joining. After that, you get new material each week, and each month focuses on a different topic. The goal of the club is not to overwhelm you, right? You're here because you have a lot to do, too much to do, in fact. And so the goal is not to add more to your plate. The point of the club is to make things easier. And so Angela does such a wonderful job of doing that. First of all, by breaking up the topics into monthly categories so that we're able to focus on one at a time. Now you'll see mine starts with October because that's when I joined, but yours will start right here in January if you're joining in January, or if you join in the summer, it will start in July. So let's take a look at what a typical week or a typical month looks like. So here's the January info. Here we've got 4 different main lessons and then some bonus printables. And it's nice, you can actually, there's a blueprint for the month. And so we can simply take a look right here and at a glance see what we're doing this month. And you can see there's 4 separate lessons. One of the things I love about this club, and this is something you really need to understand when you join. This program is not about doing everything, okay? Like when you take a college course or some other online courses, your goal is to do every single assignment. This is not a bunch of assignments for you to complete. No, instead, you should be simply picking out 1 or 2 ideas each week that will work for you. The goal is not to do everything. What Angela's going to do is she's going to give you so many ideas, but you're not supposed to implement all of them. Instead, you're supposed to pick, okay, this one and this one will work for my classroom. And that's why this club is so adaptable. It's designed for K through 12 general education teachers in the US, but no matter where you teach or what you teach, Angela gives so many ideas that there's always at least 1 or 2 you can implement each week. So it's really nice, all of that to say, look at this right here, she has this each month. If you only do one thing this month, so let's say it's a busy month, you're overwhelmed, you don't even really having time, to get to the club like you want to. If you just did this one thing, you're going to see big results. So let's see, here's an example. This is under grading and assessment. So she says if you only do one thing this month, start formally grading only the number of assignments you're required to. Use formative assessments from week 4 to help you gauge student progress instead. The week 2 material will help you figure out what to do with the assignments you don't grade. So it's simple, to the point. So if for some reason you don't have time to go through all the material that month, you can focus just on that one thing. I love that feature. And she comes down here and says, you're right on track if you're doing these things. So that is the monthly overview. So you get that at the beginning of the month. Then let's take a look at the first week's lesson. So each Saturday you get the new lesson. And see, the first week is about strategies to simplify assessment, which we could all use a little bit of help with for sure. And the wonderful thing about this is she gives you 2 different options for how you learn the content. Some people love to sit down with the PDF or on their computer or on their mobile device and look at it that way. Some people love to grab a cup of coffee and to read through on Saturday, take 20 minutes on Saturday morning and read through. So if that sounds like you'd love to sit down with your cup of coffee, then you're going to be taking a look at something like this. And so this is the first one, week 1. And so you've got specific goals here, and Angela goes through each one in detail. It's not super long. This one's about 8 pages, but it gives plenty of detail, plenty of practical ideas of how to do it. And then, of course, the Facebook's there for any questions that you have. And so there it is. You can read through it and get so many great ideas. I won't go through too many of them in the video because this is private club content, but you can see it's a lot of detail here, exactly how you're going to go, telling you exactly what to do and giving you lots of ideas. Now, some people love to sit down and read, but I'll be honest. Me, I don't have a lot of time to sit and read. That's more a luxury for me. So for me, I like to listen. And so that's why the club audio is fantastic. You can download it and put it on your mobile device, or you can listen straight from your computer. And as you do that, all right, so there's an example of Angela talking a little bit more on there. And this is right here. It's the entire PDF in audio form. And so you can stop and just listen. For me, listening while I'm cooking, listening while I'm cleaning, listening in the car. Those are great times for me. And so you can go ahead and have the PDF there for any pictures and things like that that you need. But you can just simply listen to the audio. And that, for me, is tremendously helpful. So you get to choose what works for you. But once again, Angela's done everything humanly possible to make this not adding to your plate, but truly helping you get some ideas without it being overwhelming. A lot of weeks, not every week, but a lot of times there's printables and forms that go along with the content. So here's an example. This week has a quick skill assessment form, and this is an awesome form that's going to help you keep track of where your students are in a skill. And so Angela goes through and explains the form, tells you where to use it, how to use it, gives an example of what it looks like, and explains all the different parts of the form. And then she actually gives you some PDFs of the form that you can print and use in your classroom. So all of these wonderful forms can really save you so much time in your week and in the course of your day. That's just one lesson. Of course, we could keep going and take a look at the next lesson, which is about how to grade more in less time. And so this would be the next lesson that you would get the following week. And you can see once again, there's the audio. Here's the PDF. This one doesn't have any forms necessary, so that part is skipped. I know a lot of you, the main question that you're really having about the 40-hour teacher work week is simply, is it going to work for me? Is it going to help me save time? And bottom line is, if you engage with it, if you choose not to look at it as a to-do list, but to look at it as a support, a lifeline from which you can pick out 1 or 2 strategies a week, 1 or 2 strategies a month to implement, then we guarantee you are going to save time. So much so that Angela offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. She says that if you try the strategies and they're not working for you, then she will absolutely refund. You can send her an email, explain which strategies you used and why they didn't work, and she'll refund your money. It's right there on the page. Absolute money-back guarantee. If you don't start trimming 3, 5, or even 10 hours off your work week by the end of January. So that is a great promise. So there's no need to worry about whether or not it's going to work. And as you can see from us going through the material, these strategies are fantastic. They're amazing, and you're really going to learn so much from them. Also, if you're still like, okay, you went through and showed me the format, but I didn't get the actual strategies. I want to see some example strategies. If you haven't done so yet, I think Angela, depending on when you're watching this, Angela is doing some free live trainings, and the one she's currently doing is how to trim an hour or more off your work week. And so she's sharing tons of specific strategies that will give you a great example of exactly the type and the quality of the content that you're going to be receiving in the club, and you'll be able to see firsthand just how helpful it is. So I will post the link for that right underneath this video, so you can check that out and sign up for that free training if you want to see Angela, kind of get to hear her in person and get to know her a little bit better before you join. I really hope to see you inside the 40-hour Teacher Workweek Club. I'm so passionate about this club because I have seen so many teachers benefit from it and been so thankful that they took the plunge and decided to invest in themselves, invest in their family, and invest in their students, because this club not only is going to save you time, it's going to make you more efficient, more organized, and honestly, in most cases, a better teacher in the process. If you have any questions, please just leave them below, or you can email me at linda@teachfortheheart.com. I'd love to help you brainstorm and kind of figure out, answer any questions that you might have as you're kind of debating whether or not you should join. And I really hope that you do. Have a great day. Hi, I'm back because there's one very important thing I forgot to tell you about, and I definitely did not want to miss it. And that was back when we were talking about the bonuses. I failed to scroll down all the way and show you this last piece, which is so important. And that's the professional development hours log. Now, if your school doesn't require an hours log, you absolutely do not need to fill this out, but it's available for you in case your school does. And the reason why I wanted to come back and make sure I told you this was that I wanted you to know that this program does count for PD credit. Of course, depending on your school's rules. But when you finish the program, you will get a certificate that states that you have completed the program that includes more than 100 hours of PD work. And so if you've been debating, oh man, I want to do this program, but I'm not sure about the cost, I'm just not sure I can justify it, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that this can count for PD credit. And honestly, it is one of the best PDs that I have ever seen because, like I said, it's not only going to help you, but your principal, your administrator, your students, your parents, they are going to notice that you're more organized, that you're on top of things, that you are making positive changes in your classroom, that your students are taking more responsibility. All those things are an integral part of the club. And so I didn't want to finish this video without making sure you knew that this can count for PD credit and potentially a lot of PD credit. And so when you compare it to the cost of a college course or some other venture or a seminar, it really is an incredible value, which was Angela's goal. She wanted to make it an incredible value for everything that you get out of it. Once again, any questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks for letting me pop back on and add that piece that I'd forgotten about before.